Hi boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel. I heard that you are about to write your end of semester examinations and you are struggling with this C programming. So I have decided to make this video. I want you to go through this video. Please, if you are understanding my lecture, let me know in the comment section so that I can upload many videos. So in programming, we have what we call control statements. We would like to discuss what are control statements in C programming. Okay, well, I'm going to write a simple program. I'm going to write a simple C program. Hash include stdio.h int main. Okay, well, here printf hello, printf I am C, printf I come from Zimbabwe. I come from Zimbabwe. Okay, well, here I'm going to write return 0 in a vector class. So this is a simple program. If you check, this is hash include stdio.h. This is called a preprocessor derivative. I'm sure you know this. This is called a preprocessor derivative. Okay, these preprocessor derivatives are very important. Why? See, in this program, we are going to use the printf functions, scanf function, gets functions, puts functions. Many functions we are going to use. And the definitions of these functions are in these preprocessor derivatives. That's why it is very important to write the preprocessor derivative. So whenever the program is being compiled, whenever the compiler is checking the program, it will check for this preprocessor derivative first. So after checking the preprocessor derivative, it will check for the main function. Whenever you are writing a C program, you are supposed to include the main function. Let's say you have a program and the program has one function. It means that function is the main function. If you have a program with the two functions, it means one of the two functions is the main and the other one, it may be a user-defined function. Okay, it's okay. So it will check for the main function. It is going to enter into the main function. Int main. This is the main function. It is going to enter into the main function. Now it is going to execute the statements in the main function sequentially. So the compiler executes the statements in the main function sequentially. It is going to execute sequentially. What is the meaning of this? It is going to check one statement after the other. Okay, like it is going to visit this statement first. This is my statement number 1 in the main function. After visiting this statement, this statement is going to be executed. After the execution of this statement, it will execute statement number 2. After the execution of statement number 2, it is going to execute the statement number 3. There is no way a compiler can execute this statement and from this statement to the last statement. No. It will go sequentially. This is going to be checked first. After checking this, it is going to check this. After checking this, it is going to check this. Is this clear? I think this is clear. So what is the output of this program? This is my output. So this is the thing that you are going to see. This is the output. Okay, suppose here I'm adding what we call /n. Here I'm adding /n. Here I'm adding /n. What is the purpose of this /n? After the execution of this hello now, it will tell this /n is called an escape sequence. It will direct the control to the next statement. So this is printed in one statement. This is also printed in another statement. This is also printed in another line. Okay, this in blank line. This is in another line. This is in the third line now. But if you remove this /n, hello will come first. After hello, directly IMCR will come. After I am Sia, I come from Zimbabwe, will also come. So the three statements are going to be printed in the same what? In the same line. If you remove /n, the three statements are going to be printed in the what? In the same line, one after the other. But if you put this /n is called the escape sequencing. It will tell the compiler to print this statement in the next what? In the next statement. So after this statement is printed, the compiler will print this in another line. The compiler will print this in the third what? In the third line. So my output is hello. I am Sia. I come from Zimbabwe. So this is my output. So this is what you are going to see. Suppose you want to print this statement and this statement only. You want to print hello, I am Sia. You don't want to print I come from Zimbabwe. Or you want to print hello, I come from Zimbabwe. You don't like to print this I am Sia. Okay, it means what? It means now you have to control the flow of the compiler. You have to control the flow of the control. Okay, now you have to control. Because if you don't control, the control will go, the compiler now will go sequentially. It will execute this after the execution of this, it will execute this after the execution of this, it will execute this. We don't want this. Now I don't like this. I want to print this. After the execution of this, I want to print statement number 3. I want the control to skip this. I want the compiler to skip this line. Or you want this and this to be printed, and you want this to be skipped. What are you supposed to do? We are going to use what we call control statements. I am going to use what we call control statements. So these control statements now, they are used to skip what? They are used to skip some of the statements in the what? In the C program. Okay, so there are two types of control statements. We have what we call branching statements and looping statements. So two statements regard. So there are two types of control statements. We have what we call branching statements, and we also have what we call looping statements. Okay, so here the branching statements are further divided into 4. The branching statements are further divided into 4. We have what we call the simple if statement. Okay, we have the if-else statement. We also have what we call the nested if statement. We also have what we call the switch statement. So these are the 4 branching statements. See please. There are 2 types of control statements. What are the 2 types? Branching statements and the looping statements. These branching statements are further divided into 4. That is simple if statement, if else statements, nested if statements, switch statement. The looping statements are also further divided into 3. We have what we call the for loop. We also have what we call the while loop. We also have what we call the do while loop. So these are the 3 looping statements. So you should know how to use the for loop, you should know how to use the while loop, how to use the do while loop. Okay, how to use the simple if statement, how to use the if else statement, how to use the nested if statement, and the switch statement. Okay, so let's discuss the simple if statement. So see, these branching statements are also called the selection statements. They are also called selection statements, or you can call them conditional statements. They are called selection statements, or you can call them conditional statements. We will see, why are we saying they are selection statements? Do you still remember the previous example? you want to print 2 out of those 3 statements. You are selecting them. You are selecting. Okay, that's why we are calling them selection statements, or they are conditional statements, or you can call them transit statements. These are the looping statements. They are also called iteration statements. These are the iteration statements. These are the iteration statements. So we are going to discuss these branching statements one by one, and we are going to discuss these looping statements one by one. So we start by discussing the simple if statement. The simple if statement. Okay. I'm going to write a program, and I'm going to explain the program. Hash include stdio.h int main. Okay, int h. Okay, here I'm going to write printf enter your age. Okay, here I'm going to write scanf percentage d comma ampersand age. Okay, after this I'm going to write if age is greater than 18. If age is greater than 18. Sorry, we are going to write like this. If age is greater than 18. Okay. Printf you are allowed to marry. Okay. Printf you are not allowed to marry. Okay, you are not allowed to marry. Return 0. Then it puts. So this is the program. I have this program with me. I'm using the simple if statement. Check this. Hash include stdio.h is nothing but the preprocessor derivative. This is my header file. Many functions are defined there. The meaning of these functions is there now. Like the printf scanf function gets the puts now. The meaning of these functions is there. So if the compiler meets the printf function, the scanf function, it will know the meaning of scanf. It will know the meaning of printf because of this preprocessor derivative. Okay, so this part is over. It will check for the main function, int main. This is the main function. It will check for the main function. Now it is going to enter into the main function. So the compiler will enter into the main function. Okay, statement number 3, int age. Okay, what is the meaning of this statement to the compiler? What is the meaning of this statement to the compiler? This statement is introducing a variable called age to the compiler. This statement is telling the compiler that there is a variable called age, and this variable is going to store an integer. This is nothing but the data type. See, we have float, we have int, we have void. Okay, these are different types of data types. Okay, we have int, float, void. Many data types are there. Struct. We also have union now. These are data types now. So int age, this is the data type. This is the variable. This variable is going to store an integer. What is the name of this variable? This variable is called age. Okay, some space is allocated for the variable called age. So this is age. This variable is called age. Suppose the memory address is 2000. The memory address is 2000, and this variable is called age. This variable is going to store an integer. This will happen in the computer itself. This is statement number 4. This is going to be executed. See, the compiler is checking sequentially. It is not going to skip, Because in C programming, the compiler will check the statements sequentially. After the execution of this is going to be executed. Printf, enter your age. So this statement you are going to see on the laptop. You are going to see this statement on your laptop. Enter your age. You are going to see this on your laptop. So this is an instruction now. You are being told to enter the what? The compiler is telling you to enter your age. Suppose your age is what? Your age is 20. Suppose your age is 20. Okay, wow. So you enter your age. Suppose your age is 20 now. You entered 20. This scanf percentage d ampersand age is directing the number that you have entered to the variable age, whose address is 2000. Suppose you have entered 20 now. So this 20 is being directed to this variable called age, whose address is 2000. So 20 is now stored. Okay, so we are going to put this 20 in the variable age with the help of the address. For example, if I want to reach your home, how best can I reach your home? You should tell me the address of your home. Then only I will be able to reach your home. If you don't tell me the address now, it will be difficult for me to reach the what? To reach your home. That's why scanf is directing this 20 to the edge. Based on the what? Based on the address of edge. Now it will go to statement number 6. If this is the condition. This is the condition. So if what? If age is greater than 18, what is there in age? In age we have 20. So if 20 is greater than 18, is this true or false? 20 is greater than 18. This is true. If this is true, the compiler will enter into this if block. 20 is greater than 18. This is true. The compiler will enter into this block. And what is there? Printf, you are allowed to marry. So this is the output. This is going to be printed. You are allowed to marry is going to be printed. You are allowed to marry is going to be printed. After the execution of this statement is in the if block. Now, after the execution of this if block, the compiler will leave the block and it will check statement number 7. What is there? Printf, you are not allowed to marry. So this statement again is going to be printed. You are not allowed to marry. You are not allowed to marry. Okay, return 0. This is over. So what is the output? If you are entering the age as 20, the two statements are going to be printed. You are allowed to marry. You are not allowed to marry. Okay, suppose you are entering age as 16. Suppose my age is 16. This is 16. The memory address, suppose, is 500. Now, the memory address will vary each time you run the program. So, my variable is age. Now, the age is 16. The memory address is 500. Okay, it will check. Now, my age is 16. It will come and compare. Now, if 16 is greater than 18, 16 is greater than 18. This is false. This is wrong now. This is false. 16 is less than 18. So if this is false, the compiler will not enter into this if block. Okay, it is not going to enter into this if block. So this statement is being skipped. Directly, this statement is going to be printed. It will go to statement number 7, which is out of this if block. You are not allowed to marry. You are not allowed to marry. Okay, you are not allowed to marry. So see, that's why we are saying simple if statement is a control statement. Why? Because I have managed to skip this statement. See, remember the compiler will check the program sequentially. After executing this, it will execute this, this. Okay, but now, if you want to skip some of the statements with the help of the branching statements, for example, this simple if statement, I have managed to skip this. You are allowed to marry. If the age is 16, this is coming as the output. If the age is 20, both the statements are being what? Are being printed. Okay, suppose if the age is 20, You want this statement alone to be printed. If the age is 29, you want this statement alone to be printed. This statement you are allowed to marry. You want this only to be printed. What are you supposed to do now? In order for you to resolve this problem, we are going to study what we call the if-else statement. We are going to study the if-else statement. If you want this only to be printed and this not to be printed, it means you are supposed to say if age is greater than 18, print F this. Else, print F this. Okay, we'll see how to use the simple if-else statement. I would like to modify the same problem. Here I'm going to write as it is. Now here I'm going to write, let me move this. Here I'm going to write else you are not allowed to marry. We want to check the difference now. You are not allowed to marry. Return 0 and this. Okay? The compiler will do the same execution. Hash include stdio.h, it will check for this preprocessor derivative first. It's okay. Int main, it will check for the main function. It is going to enter into the main function. It is going to enter into the main function. The first statement in the main function is going to be executed, int age. This is called the declaration of the variable called age. This statement is introducing the variable age to the what? To the compiler. So here I have the variable called age. Suppose the memory address is 220. This is age. The memory address is 220. Printf enter your age. This statement you are going to see it will come on your left. So enter your age. Suppose you are entering your age as 15. Suppose your age is 15. Okay. So this scanf function is going to direct this 15 into this variable called age. Now in age I have 15. It will check that 15 is greater than 18. 15 is greater than 18. This is false. If this is false, the compiler is not going to enter into this if block. Okay. It is going to enter into the what? It is going to enter into the else block. Okay. So if this is 15, this is wrong. So this statement is not going to be printed. Otherwise, the other option of this condition is printed. So this statement, you are not allowed to marry, is printed. Is not you are not allowed to marry is printed. It's okay. This is all. Suppose the age is 20 now. It's asking you to enter your age. So the age suppose is 25. Suppose I'm entering my age is 25. This is 500. Now it will check. This is 25. 25 is greater than 18. If 25 is greater than 18, this is true. Right? This is true. If this is true, this statement is going to be executed. You are allowed to marry. You are allowed to marry. And this is not going to be printed. This else part is not going to be printed. The else part is going to be printed only if the condition is not satisfied. If this condition is not satisfied, this is going to be printed. If the condition is met, this is going to be printed. See, we have resolved the problem of simple else using the if-else statement. Using this, the if-else statement. Now, which means what? In this class, we have discussed the simple if statement and the if-else statement. Simple if statement, the if-else statement, these are branching statements. With the other two that we didn't discuss now, we have the switch statement. We also have the other one, which is the nested if statement. Looping statements are there, the for loop, the while loop, and the do while loop. These are the looping what statements. Okay, All these statements are under the control statement. Suppose you want to skip some of the statements, then only you can go for what? You can go for this control statement. So please let me know in the comment section. If this is clear, I'll keep on uploading more videos, and tell me what do you want me to explain. If you also want me to mix these programs now, like if you want me to use Shona, I can also use Shona in some of the cases. Thank you.